In this video, we are going to tvtropes.org and we're pulling out the RPG mechanics and fusing them with personal development techniques and mindsets to help you translate some of that stuff that you always knew and were always good at into real life growth and development so that you can make a bigger impact on the world, so you can turn down and tame some of those gremlins within your mind and so that you can go out there and loot life and gain the treasures and experience from all the struggles that you've had and all the good things coming up. Awesome, but temporary. So this is like when you find that sword that just has like this so much better stats than all your other stuff. And you're like, this is amazing. This is so good. Like I cannot get anything better than this. And then because of the plot, it just, in a cutscene, it breaks or you lose it or something like that and it's just gone. And you're just like, well, okay, I gotta go back to this dinky little sword. I also think of it like, when you're gonna fight a boss and like that, the boss comes in, the big bad guy comes in and just like destroys everything, and you're like, there's no way that I can get to that level, right? It just looks so amazing or impressive in whatever way it does. If it's a weapon, it's something good that you're aspiring to. If it's a bad guy, you're like, well, I don't know, like, can I even do this? Or maybe I just need to keep raising my skills to get over it and to defeat this beast, this bad guy. So within TV Tropes, it says that there are 3 rules to what makes this fit within the trope. Awesome, but temporary. The first one is that it's clearly better than anything that you have. Like it's got way more stats or whatever it is. And it's just like, this is definitely an amazing thing. The next one is it must break or be destroyed or be taken away or something like that, be lost based on what the plot demands. And the last one is if you do get it back, then by the time that you've gotten it back, it's just not as good, or you are better. And it's just kind of like, well, that's not that much better than what I have now, or actually it's kind of worse. It doesn't have that oomph that it had when you originally got it in like the first cutscene or whatever it is. I realize like when I get a new idea, I just get so much energy. I just get so intoxicated by it. And it's like just holding on to that sword that's way better than anything else that could take my attention for the moment. And I'm just like, this is great. This is the best thing ever. I want to use this forever. I want to sleep with this sword like this. Not in the way that you're thinking. Don't think like that. But I want to like hold this forever. This is my baby. This is there's another one. Ooh, look at this one. This one's pretty nice. Let me go pick up this sword. And then you're like, I lost that other one. But this one's so much better. Like, look at this. It's got all these colors and stuff and fire. I like fire on a sword. That's pretty cool. It's just constantly bouncing back and forth between these ideas. In my life, as a perceiver in the Myers-Briggs system, this is someone who, gets that quick energy, like when they get a new idea or get a new task or something like that, like, oh, this is great, I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all out, I'm going to lift all the weights all day, every day, and then it just kind of like fizzles out. And then right before the deadline, you're like, okay, gotta get it done, and you just put in all that energy again. And it feels kind of good, which is part of the reason why we perpetuate it, why we keep it going. And there are just so many things that are attractive about picking up a new idea or a new task, doing something different, changing things up, going to a new place. Like, it's exciting because all these things that emerge are going to be new and entertaining, and they're going to teach you something about yourself too in the process. Like, how did I deal with this new idea? How did I deal with this new situation, these new people? Right? It's exhilarating. And it really does teach you about yourself and helps you organize what's going on inside you, whether you're a feeler and you're trying to organize your values and your parts within you, or if you're a thinker and you're trying to make sense of the world and like, how does all this information fit together? Like, because if you can put it together, you can take it apart. And if it can be put together, then you can take it apart, right? And you can translate that onto different things, right? So It's just all this engaging energy when you find that new, awesome, but temporary sword. The key here is to understand that a lot of this stuff is temporary. Whatever happens, whatever you pick up, whatever these new ideas are, they're probably going to be temporary. And how I've learned to use that better and get better at it, working with my personality instead of trying to fight it and stick with the one thing forever, is, for example, when I used to break dance. I used to be a b-boy before I hurt my spine, and I'm an old man now. But I used to do it. I was pretty good at it, I think. And when I couldn't get a move to stick, when I couldn't figure out how to do a hollow back or whatever it was at the time, I would stop and I would take a break. I would go do something else. This is something that my b-boy mentor told me about. Because you ingrain the same bad habits over and over again by forcing it over and over again. If you have this idea and you want to explore it, and you keep focusing on it too much, and you're trying to make it not a temporary thing, I think a lot of times we just waste a lot of energy around it. Instead of pick it up while you have that beginner's mind, while you're ready and excited to learn about it, learn as much as you possibly can, and then let it go. And go do something else. Within moderation, of course. I'm not saying chase every squirrel that comes up. You have all this energy, you have all this creative power, whatever it is, this excitement about it. Do as much as you can, and then do something else. And then when you go back to that other one, if you go back to that other one, you're able to take the lessons from both of those new projects and put them together to emerge into something else. For me as an NP, so someone who uses extroverted intuition, I store these ideas and this information, and then I blast it out and connect to all these different other options. It's this really quick mind storming, generating of possibilities and ideas, fusing them together kind of like an alchemist. It's innovation. It's taking stuff that's already there and putting it together in a new way to create something new. And so the more I can pick up a new idea and play with it while I'm excited about it and learn as much as I can while my mind is still fresh and I don't have all these other ideas that I'm trying to force and connect to it because I haven't learned that much about it. It's still fresh. I'm able to create new connections. The more I can do that and then stop for a little bit, go study something else in a completely different field, go study marketing or something, and do that with the same passion, fill up that bucket a bit, and then go back and mix them together and see what the connections are and the possibilities are. The more exciting it is, and I feel this is a way of not being upset when you lose that awesome but temporary weapon or buff or whatever it is. Because you're able to fuse it with the other things that you've just studied and learned about. And keep that passion going because it's always going to be a bit new and fresh. So to summarize that just a little bit, when you get excited about something, good. Get excited about it. Enjoy it. Take on that creative energy or engage in the moment and really feel the joy of being alive and picking up this new thing. And then switch to something else when it starts to get a little bit boring or tedious, intentionally. And go study something else. Go do that. Use the same fervor, the same passion. And then go back and reevaluate. Was this thing really that good? It's not really. It's not that amazing right now. Okay, well, what did I learn from it? Take a couple glimpses, take a couple insights, and bring them to the next project and the next passion. You don't need to force it. You don't need to say, I'm going to stay with this thing for the rest of my life. You don't need to, be upset about yourself for wanting to change tasks. As long as you do it with intention and with the right amount of control. Certain things in your life, you do need to have that control around, right? In work, you might have to just suck it up sometimes and do it, and that's fine. You just gotta, work with it. So anyway, that's where my mind went with Awesome But Temporary from tvtropes.org. And I want to know about you. What did you think of when you either read the article or heard my little brief introduction on it? And any insights, any comments, questions, anything like that, please put them down below in the comments, all right? If you want more videos like this on personal development for gamers, you can check them out over here, and more on personality type over there. If you want one-on-one coaching, go to geekpsychology.com and schedule a free clarity session where we can dive into what you really want in life and some of the dragons, some of the demons, some of the gremlins that you're facing there. And we can get really clear on what you're trying to do. And if it's a good fit, then we can work together from there. All right, so keep up the lifelong questing. Good luck, have fun. Peace.